Do you want to become an effective communicator at your workplace? If you'd like to really find out that what is your present communication style at your workplace, let's find out in this very episode. This is Dr. Gopika Kumar, your communication and mindset coach. Let's get started with this right here. So I'm going to be speaking about today 4 most important communication styles, right? And you will truly be able to identify which one do you really lie in. And you'll also be able to figure out that what do you truly talk about most of the times at your workplace. So here is something that I'm going to showcase to you right here, okay? Now, here is something that I have also drawn this on paper, which is a grid which speaks to you about, and you'll be able to see this on screen as well, which are the 4 styles that you can see in right here, which is the first style talks about that you're speaking about the what. And the what means in this very area that you're speaking about the results, you're speaking about the objectives, you're speaking about the action that you're going to take, you're speaking about what you want to achieve, what you want to do. So imagine doing this at your workplace. Now, if you find this relatable, this is going to be your area and you'll be able to classify yourself here, which means at your workplace, you're constantly talking about action-oriented conversation. Kya karna hai, kab karna hai, what is it that you're going to do? So it's all related with task-oriented. What do you need to do, the entire, how are you going to really achieve this entire aspect for you? How will you achieve the results for you? If all the time that's what you're really talking about, that's exactly what your communication style is. And without realizing, you will be able to classify yourself right here. Now, this means that somebody who's extremely practical, pragmatic, result-oriented, and is targeting their conversations all the time around action-oriented approach. The second most important area and a style of communication at workplace that you're going to find very interesting is where we refer to people who speak about not action, but processes. Okay, this is your style number 2. Now, processes means that you're speaking about what are the strategies, what is a step-by-step blueprint. You're talking about the facts, you're talking about the roadmap, you're talking about step 1, step 2, step 3. You're speaking about the entire journey rather than only focusing on the results. You're focusing a lot on the progress that is being made, the process that is being done, rather than only focusing on the results of action, goals, achievement. That's the first style, right? If that is how you continuously continue to talk about here at your specific place of work, this is where your communication style is, where you focus on how. And this is where you're going to be highlighting here your communication style as not as what, but as how, which means that your communication is more oriented towards process oriented, right? The third most important style which we have witnessed at a place of work here has been that you speak about what we refer to as people. Not necessarily in a good or a bad zone, you're speaking about who. So which means you could be speaking about the relationships at work, you could be speaking about the teamwork that is happening, you could speak about how the communication is going to flow between the teams, how you're going to keep up the team spirit. So the HR department or the administrative department could be talking a lot about this as well, or the training and development department could be talking a lot about this, which means all the time that your conversation is revolving around the area that who, so who are the people involved, what is it that they need to be trained in, how is the team building going to happen, so on and so forth. So it's more focused, which we refer to as people oriented, and that's what you concentrate your energy on, right? And that's your third important communication style. And the fourth communication style, something very different from the first 3, which means the first was what, and the how of it, the process of it, the who of it, the people of it. The fourth really says that you're speaking about why of it. So if all the time your conversations with people is about ideas, is about coming out with new theories and concepts, and pitching in proposals and putting in your ideas of innovation, if that's something that you're constantly talking about, that's the person, which means your style of communication is focusing its energy on the why of it. Now that I've explained all the four categories, I'm sure that you've been able to classify yourself that whether you're an action-oriented person, you're a process-oriented person, you're a people-oriented person, or you're an idea-oriented person, which means that what is it that you constantly, continuously speak more than the other areas. But having said that, nothing is a right or a wrong, but you can at all the time, if you feel that my conversations are a lot of times is focused on the process of it, but I would also like to speak about the action. Now you can start focusing your energy that's the communication style I also want to incorporate at my place of work. Or you continuously speak about people, right, or relationships and teamwork, but you also want to speak about ideas and you also want to speak about processes. Now that you know this, you can always integrate the other styles as a part of your style of communication as well at all times. So it's not about that you only follow one, you can also follow and integrate the other styles to make sure that you are creating a more comprehensive, a 360-degree style of communication at your place of work. Because always remember, somebody who's always thinking about who, what, why, and who is somebody who's truly being an effective communicator. If that's something that truly resonates with you, do share your comments. Which style were you able to identify yourself in? How were you able to identify your colleagues? In which style were they really lying? And how would you like to integrate these as a part of your communication at your workplace as well, right? Would love to hear back from you on this. Continue to share your comments and suggestions. And on what else would you like to hear back from us? Make sure that you have subscribed to the channel if you haven't done that so far. For today, this is Dr. Gopika Kumar signing off.